Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, or should I say, still good morning in some parts of the world. It's 11:45, but we're trying to get these streams now in the morning as opposed to late at night. I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. Welcome once again. It's great to have you with me. If you are new, well, I'd ask you to go ahead and please scan that QR code with your phone. If you don't know where that QR code goes, or if you're having trouble getting to the QR code, it's really simple. It actually goes to a site, Linktree, linktr.ee/JOHNCMORLEY, serial entrepreneur, SERIAL ENTREPRENEUR. And just wanted to thank you for stopping by. And I also want to go ahead and thank my loyal subscribers for being with me for so long. It's great to have you here, and hopefully, some of the new people will become some of my trusted, loyal subscribers. So definitely, please go ahead and subscribe and share this out to everyone you know. So, what are we talking about today? Today is the seventh episode, in case you guys didn't know, and we're talking about what makes you feel proud and successful. So, when we talk about being proud and successful, I think a lot goes through people's minds. Maybe it's, what you want to do to please your parents. It might be what you're trying to do to appear good to your friends. But when it all comes down to it, what really matters is what makes you feel proud and successful, not other people. And so thinking about being successful is great, okay? But when you can think about it from a different perspective, it really can shape your life, okay? And by shaping your life, I mean giving you the potential to be able to do some amazing things in your life. What makes you feel proud and successful? Like right now, what makes you feel proud and successful? Is it reading a book? Is it, what is it? Tell me. What is it that's making you feel proud and successful? And I think the most important thing to make someone feel proud and successful is going to be their worth, is going to be their integrity. A lot of times there could be people in the world that are a little mean, and they may not necessarily lift you up. That's okay. I always say karma comes back. But, when you believe in something and you feel at the top of your game, that's all that matters, because, other people are going to follow you when you are at the top of your game. I always say this ongoing joke. People will kill to get on a moving train, but they'll barely even lift a finger to get on one that's in a station. Now that sounds pretty interesting, doesn't it? But what does that really mean? Well, it means that people don't want to be part of something unless it is something. Kind of selfish, if you asked me, but it's true. And so when we think about that, a lot of people I know always want to be the last ones on. They don't want to be the first ones on, right? They want to be the last ones on. And that's strictly because they want other people to do the work. They're lazy. And so is that a bad thing? Well, it's not a bad thing, but I think it shows you the integrity of people in the fact that people just want to get on a moving train instead of one that's in the station, because the work has already been done on the one that's in flight, right? Or people will kill to get on a plane that's in flight rather than one that's on the runway, stationed and stopped. I think people realize that this is something that they want. But when we talk about being proud, maybe you're at a mic and you're telling jokes or you're singing, that feeling of being proud just resonates with every cell in your body. You know what I'm talking about. Again, we talked about being called up on stage earlier this week, but making you feel proud. What would make you feel proud? Well, somebody gave you an applause, right? Like if you were in a show. Maybe if somebody were to give you a compliment, what can make you feel very proud is when you have a chance to look back on what you've created and see the impact it's having for other people in the world. That's pretty cool. But why then, ladies and gentlemen, do people not do this? Why is it that a lot of people don't exemplify being proud? They just try to rain on other people's parades. And they don't realize that there's so much within ourselves that we can do and we can develop. I always say you can be anything you want to be as long as you don't harm or hurt or rain on anyone else's parade. And by raining, I don't mean being a competitor. I mean, don't be derogatory toward them. Don't harm them, right? I think that's the name of the game. And when you can think of that, then I know that you're getting it. But you may not get it because you might just be trying to do what's best, right? And so by doing what's best, you feel that means that you're going to be a certain way. But are you proud, right? If I asked you the question right now, what makes you feel proud? What makes you feel proud? In case you guys are wondering, today is the last episode for this series, and we'll have another one starting tomorrow. And we actually have a guest coming next week. So actually on Sunday, we have a guest coming. So we have lots of great stuff. When we think about being proud, right? You remember people like Michael Phelps and how he felt when he, won. You're proud because you surpassed everything that's been thrown at you. Okay, it was really tough. It was hard. It was challenging. You've learned a lot, right? And you've gotten better. And you've helped other people. You made other people smile. You made other people laugh. You inspired other people to understand, whether you realize it or not, you have talents, right? And there's some things that you do better than just about anyone. You've done some great things in your life and you've had achievements that you are proud of. But you never stop dreaming and you've always kept reaching for more. The world wouldn't be the same without you and the impact that you have on it. People say, well, what can I do? I'm only one person. You know what? You can do an awful lot. The reason you can do an awful lot is because your thoughts, your emotions, your actions can actually be exponential. And by exponential, I mean that it can have a greater effect than just an immediate audience, like right in front of you. That's pretty cool. So what is it then, ladies and gentlemen, that makes somebody feel proud? What are the characteristics of being proud? Let's think about that. What are the characteristics? If I had to ask you that question right now, what are the characteristics of being proud? What are they? You take self-ownership. Someone who has pride can have a little arrogance, which is okay. Not a lot, but a little bit. Some other types of pride, you work hard towards a goal and you accomplish it and you can sense and celebrate that pride of doing it. Having a certain standard in your life and things you do. Or just being proud because of the accomplishment you have or because of the person that you have turned out to be. So let's talk about a few more. All right. So pride is something that's very, very important. You think you are humble. You refuse to admit that you struggle with pride. You do not accept constructive criticism. You always want to be the center of attention. You're the vain about, I should say, your physical appearance and other things. And you do not like associating with the ordinary or unpopular. You're fond of name dropping and you are not teachable. You do not listen to others. You do not like to be surpassed by anyone, and you think you are too important to do mundane things. You're critical to those who do better than you. So I think a certain amount of pride is good, but I also think humility is important. And a lot of people don't have humility because they're too wrapped up in the fact that, well, I'm better than everyone else. Well, we're all great people. We all have skills that can help others. But I think when people get wrapped up in the fact, well, I'm this, I'm that, that's great. But when you start to overshadow someone because you believe that you're the only one of that. Now, I'm not saying don't be happy that you're a good person or that you do good things. I want you to be happy because of the accomplishment you have, but I don't want you to ever throw it back in someone else's face. So, what does that mean when I say don't throw it back in someone's face? Well, that's really getting into being selfish, where you realize it's okay to be center of attention, but you're always the center of attention. You're always being rude to people. I mean, I think that's really a problem. And when we can understand the difference between someone who's humble and has pride, it's different than somebody who is this egotistical person that thinks they have pride, but it's really a false sense of pride. Somebody who has pride takes care to do the job well, not because they're going to get a pat on the back, but because they want to do the right thing. They want to pull that ethic together. So I think sometimes the word pride gets a little messed up because it kind of railroads into something. And that railroad is a big problem. And what is the railroad? Well, you go off a track because you believe you're the only one. Now, I'm not saying that you're not great and that you're not a good person or you're not good at your skill, but just be a little humble. When you're humble about something you're doing, I don't care what it is, you're going to attract people to want to learn from you. Maybe not because you're the best, that could be one of the reasons, but mostly because you're humble and you want to share it with people. You probably all remember the time you've made cookies or you did something at home. Maybe it was a project or you made your first milk carton as a bird feeder or something like that. Or maybe you're in Scouts and you got your first merit badge, right? And that felt so amazing. Not to rub it in anybody's face, but to show it with pride on your sash, that felt amazing. And see, that's the kind of pride that we want more of. We don't want pride that says, hey, I just got out of college and I don't talk to people because I'm a financial advisor or I'm a financial consultant or I'm a financial director and I'm the best at what I do and you're all below me. See, that's the wrong kind of pride. That's the pride that can kick you in the butt. That's the pride that people don't want to help. That's the pride that makes people angry because they feel that you are just this egotistical, driven jerk. Nice way to say that. And so understanding this week that it's great to have pride. It's great to feel successful, but have a little bit of humility with it. And that's the key. Don't try to shove it in someone's face because if you do that, people are going to want to run away from you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. We're trying to bring our streams to the earlier hours of the day, which is the mornings. I think that's going to work a little better for a lot of people. I know definitely for me. Of course, tag your friends, your colleagues, and associates. Share it out with everyone you know here on social media. And then be sure to look up my name on YouTube, John space E space M-O-R-L-E-Y space serial entrepreneur, and look for the key phrase, help keep our content free. Once you've done that, make the choice to buy my team and I a cup of coffee. We'll be so grateful with those pennies and dollars. We'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, even new staff to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content. As I said, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, it's okay to have pride, but remember to include a little bit of humility with it if you want people to like you, follow you, and, yes, support you. Have a great day, everyone. Take care.